in this country specifically, with the very high levels of gender-based violence, we think about it all the time, and we have not had a lot of success. But coming back to what my paper was about, I investigated norms that inform violent behavior, specifically the type of stereotypes that are supported, often by both men and women. For example, the fact that if women overstep the line, that disciplining them is okay, and so it justifies violence. So we need to start thinking in the long term. We need short-term solutions, but long-term solutions would be to change those norms. And that, I think, needs to start in schools, specifically with children, right from primary school through high school. And we also need to do work with men, and specifically in men's organizations. So Sonke Gender Justice is an NGO in South Africa, for example, that has a program called One Man Can. And this program works in the way that one man speaks to another man who speaks to another man, and then you have a snowball effect. And we have seen small successes with that, but I think if government is prepared to come to the party and subsidize some of these campaigns, we may have more success, because I cannot see how we're going to change these high levels of violence unless we change the norms that inform violent behavior. So we are really trying to understand why the levels are so high. So there are different theories that explain this violence, but they all explain some aspect of it and not all. So one of them is just social exclusion and poverty. So, high levels of frustration. Men cannot be breadwinners. They often take their frustrations out on people that have less power than them, and it's normally women and children. We come from a very violent history. There was a liberation struggle, violence on the side of the state, violence on the side of the liberation movement. We have people who think that because of the democratic transition, women now have too many rights. They don't know their places anymore. They are competing with men. That leads to violence. And interestingly, the study that we've done showed that that's not significant. So that may be a discourse, but it doesn't seem to inform the violence. And then there's men's entitlement to women's bodies. And that, in many other studies, is significant, because men, through these norms, believe that they are entitled to sex when they want to have it. And my study is one of the explanatory variables that's statistically significant. And even women say, well, if a man wants it, then we have to comply. So I think if you put all those theories together, they all explain some aspect of it. But I think what we now are getting more and more concerned about is that the violence is getting more and more brutal. Women's bodies are not only beaten up, but they get maimed. And the femicide level is 5 times the global average. So women get killed. We lose on average 2 women a week. So it is really a very serious problem.